Hi everyone. So, for those of you who are over 50, like me, and have gone through menopause, if you're dealing with the double chin, triple chin like I was, one of the things I found that worked for me is talking. So if you're sitting at home by yourself and you're not talking, you're not using your jaw muscles. So one of the practices I found that is recommended is chewing gum. Because when you're chewing gum, you're using your jaw muscles. So it's strengthening these muscles here underneath. Or if you have a tennis ball, you can take a tennis ball and hold it under your chin and do that for 20 seconds at a time. And I'm still the same weight. In fact, I put on weight for some reason, but my chin is not a triple chin anymore. So it's pretty, you see, it's pretty amazing what you can do with exercise. And I do exercise. I exercise every day. I haven't lost any weight at all. I'm also fasting. I fast for at least 12 hours every day. And I've done that religiously for, I've only taken the last month off, but I've been doing it since I met with my doctor. So that's also supposed to change your metabolism. I still haven't lost any weight, so I'm going to keep trying different ways and different methods. When I was doing my dancing for at least an hour every day, I found that was helping, and walking. But I don't go out walking anymore because I'm just sick of everybody. So I just stay inside. And yeah, that's what I do. So I just wanted to share that. Like, talking actually helps. And for those of us who grew up in Africa, there's a big thing here, like they focus on developing leaders. You must become a leader in your community. It's all about mindset, right? I mean, for us who went to school, went to high school, who learned, the idea is just the same. Like, it's about going out, getting a job, working, building up your life, building up your dreams, making something of yourself, not becoming a criminal, not becoming somebody who destroys others' lives and destroys what you've built up. You know, just normal things, not cutting yourself, not having dreams about becoming suicide bombers, not having dreams about making yourself famous by committing suicide on TV. I mean, over here, it's just like things are so messed up. There's even movies about how people plan their suicides and film them, and like really, really awful things. Now, I don't even talk about it. And sometimes I switch the news off. I don't even watch it because all these images that are coming in, you know, all the war in Gaza, all the bloodshed and all of that, it's too much. I don't like it. So I just don't bother anymore. I watch like the EWTN news, and I listen to the news. Like on YouTube, you can get news channels that are podcasts, so you don't have to see all that imagery because it's disturbing. The imagery is disturbing. They never used to cover the news the way they do now, where you can actually see people dying and all that. So I don't bother anymore. I used to watch the news every day. Now I don't, because I'm like, you know what? I need my mental health. So yeah, I thought I would share that. I'm still keeping at my job applications. I still don't have anything. I've sent, I did some proposals for my John Maxwell, and I've sent them out to different companies, to different aid agencies, because hopefully I can work something out so that I can work with a company to help adults and to help children who would not normally be able to access John Maxwell. That's the idea behind it. And get a living for myself, get an income for myself as well. That's what I tried to do with my spiritual direction, but the church didn't back me up. So I'm trying this now because it's a different avenue, and hopefully the companies that I've approached will be willing to take it up, and take me on either as an employee or with a partnership, because I make my videos every day. I post them every day. I've got thousands of followers already. So I'm hoping that one of them will come through for me. And this is not an initiative for Wits. If I get it going and if I'm successful at doing it, I will invite our Wits alumni who are here, and then I'll send the link to Wits so that they can invite others if we have events or whichever company is willing to do it with me. So if you know anybody, you can share that message, share this video, because I really I want to do something for myself now. I was really hoping with the spiritual direction that the church would back me up and that they would be able to help me get some income coming in and be able to open doors for me, but unfortunately they're not able to. So, and I don't want these small things, I want big things. I like those nice big houses in Zimbabwe, in Cape Town. That's my aims, that's my dreams, not living in a tiny house, living in a concrete jungle. Like, that's not what my plan was. My plan was, when I bought my property, to keep that property, and I was hoping I would have a stable job here and then move on to buying something else, something bigger. But it didn't work out that way. So I have to try new avenues and new things. And the John Maxwell is founded on Christian principles. It's not founded on the Quran. It's not founded on the Bhagavad Gita. It's not founded on anything else. All John Maxwell's teachings are taken from the Bible, and then they're translated into leadership principles. And he's a best-selling author. He's a New York Times best-selling author. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that I'll be able to get the funding that way. And I don't see why I shouldn't. They send billions to Africa. Billions. So I'm not asking for that much. I'm just asking for what I would earn if I was working. I'm asking for an annual amount that's equivalent to that. And then if the companies want, we can organize a conference or two, and we can include the people they want. That's the way I'm hoping we'll do it, because that's how I did it for Wits. But for Wits, I didn't have a budget, I didn't have funding, I didn't have anything. So I'm trying to get the funding this way for myself as well, because Wits couldn't get any funding for me so that they could pay me a salary here in Canada. So that's what I'm hoping will happen, and I'm asking people to pray for that. It's a new month coming soon, so hopefully I can get back to work. But a lot of people are doing what I'm doing. They're looking for work, and they're building up their own ministry on the side or their own business on the side. So that's what I'm trying to do. It would be nice if a company that is working in Africa and has operations there would take me like as an employee and then give me that funding so that I can do it and stay at home and make my videos, and then other people can access the content. That's another way we could do it. But for now, I'm glad that my videos are reaching people. They're reaching people who otherwise could not afford the John Maxwell. They do it also through schools. They organize transformational trips, just like the church, where they go out and they do teaching in schools. They do mission work in schools in the underprivileged areas. So there's a lot of things that I can do with it, but I also need an income, because obviously without an income, I can't pay my rent. I can't cover my operating costs. I can't pay for my flights. I can't invest in myself and go to the conferences that HRPA has or that John Maxwell has, because how am I supposed to pay for that? So that's what I'm hoping, that I'm doing the proposals slowly and tailoring them. I've got all the logos for the John Maxwell. I've got his bio. I've got everything through our systems that are set up. So I just have to tailor it. I have to make sure I put in all the logos and everything and then send it out. And it takes time. It's not just a matter of, you can't just do a template, one template, and then use it. You have to tailor it for the different company, find out who the leader is there, who you have to send it to, who you have to address it to, find out a bit of background about the company, what they do, what they work on. So it's a lot of thought that goes into what I do, and there's a thought process behind it. I don't just have a cookie cut template that I send out to all the companies. I do a lot of research and I find out what they do. With some companies like Goodman's, because they supported us in the past, I know that they have an interest in building initiatives that will benefit Africa. So I've sent them a proposal. With EY, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why they're not getting back to me on anything, because this is like, it's over 10 years now? I don't know what the problem is. But anyway, the lawyers seem to be pretty good, so I'll look at more legal companies. I'll look at some of the mining companies. I'll look at different organizations. With the education, unfortunately, there's a lot of racism. U of T is racist. They always had a racist history. I mean, now they've got a black leader in there, but I mean, it's 2025? So, Fazila also was quite shocked when I approached U of T, and they invited me when Nelson Mandela died to send a speech. So, but she told me, she said they're very condescending and they're not good with helping putting forward our initiatives. I said, oh, well, I have to start somewhere, isn't it? So I did what I could with them. But if you know of any educational institutions, any Christian organizations that would be willing to help me with some funding, then put my name forward to them, or let me know. I can connect with them and I can send them some documents on what I do, and hopefully I can get something going of my own, because there's some really nice houses in Cape Town, and I'm not going to be a millionaire overnight, but you have to start somewhere, and I don't like this lifestyle. It's not for me. I mean, I was very happy in Zimbabwe. I liked the lifestyle we had. I liked the big homes. I liked the things we had that my dad had bought, all those Italian wine glasses, and we lived a nice life compared to here. So, for me, it's making me sick having to deal with this culture and having to deal with the aggression, and when you tell people they don't want to listen and then they blame you. And then when the jobs get taken to South Africa, they still don't see it as their fault, when it is. It's the company's fault. It's Teleperformance's fault that our jobs got taken from Canada to South Africa. They don't have the infrastructure we have. They don't have the steady electricity that we have. They don't have half the things we have here, and yet despite that, they took our jobs to South Africa when we had people like me who were top performers. So they must stop blaming me for all their problems, because it's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm keeping people in South Africa informed of what I'm doing. I know that Father Graham Fusion has retreats that he gives there. Maybe you could get me involved in those. There's a lot of different options, but again, it comes down to the funding. So you guys that are there, my friends who are there, Lance and Maria and Simon and Timothy, all of you who are connected to me, see what you can do. Because if you can put some funding in place and you can work with me, then I can come and do the John Maxwell there for your companies and for your organizations. And, I can work with Graham. I can work with Graham to come out and give retreats, because here nobody is helping me and nobody's opening doors for me. I also want to do my doctorate in theology. So, get your companies to think about it. Maybe we could do something that way. Because, it's not like I haven't been helping people. I've been helping people here. And I've done a lot of good, even for the South African community, the Zimbabwean community, the African diaspora. I've done a lot for Rotary. So I've helped all these big organizations, and yet not one of them is giving me a penny. I'll send out that GoFundMe link every day because it's Teleperformance's fault that my health got affected and my ears and the high blood pressure and all that. It's their fault. They should compensate for that. They're not doing anything. So they have all these big corporate social responsibility programs so they can get a tax break. And what about the people who are working for you? Seriously. It's a hypocrisy. That's what I say.